Like the ride started and like 2 minutes in there's a drop. Is this it? Hey ho, welcome to So Glorious. This is Andy.
And Mike.
And Sophia. At midnight tonight will be 60 days before we go to Disney World, which means we can book our fast passes for the attractions that we're going to ride down there. For those of you that don't know, you get 3 fast passes that you can reserve 60 days in advance per each day that you're on your trip. And that basically cuts your waiting time when you're waiting in line for the attractions. So because of that, we thought we would do a video on Disney World rides. And so both Mike and I have come up with our own top 10 favorite rides at Walt Disney World.
Like Sophie's Choice.
And we have not seen each other's. We just wrote them down privately. Oh my god.
There's a caveat.
What's the caveat?
That there's some rides that we have not ridden.
That's true. Okay, so we're only including the rides.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I said you forgot. You forgot to say that.
Oh, I forgot to. Okay. I thought you wanted to say it.
I don't want to say it. Say it.
All right.
We're only including rides that Mike and I have actually ridden. Ridden?
Not have ride.
That's definitely wrong.
That's not right. But so like Frozen Ever After, and we haven't been on Space Mountain.
We haven't been on Space Mountain.
I know,
We haven't been
I know.
on
We're gonna get
Expedition
some comments
Everest.
on.
We haven't
No.
been on
The Rock and Roller Coaster.
the Rock and Roller Coaster. Not Kilimanjaro as far as, I mean, we haven't been on that either,
Okay.
but
That's more of an attraction, I think.
Cali River Rapids, that's the thing.
I don't know, would you consider the safari an attraction or a ride?
Well, you're riding in the truck,
Yeah, but it's like a 45-minute thing.
but you're still
Half hour.
riding a
Whatever.
vehicle.
Then
There's a moving vehicle
Then
involved.
Carousel of Progress is a ride, then in that case.
Yeah.
Whatever, let's
It
get
is.
started.
10!
And I probably will get some flack for this, is actually Splash Mountain.
Okay.
That's number 10, because I like it, and I like the ride.
Well, you've
part of
only ridden it
I've
once.
only ridden it once.
The last time we went.
Yes, and I guess I was petrified of the drop, but then Andy was like, let's ride. And it actually wasn't that bad. But every time I rode it, I was like, is this it? Because we rode it at night. So
Oh my god, that was so funny.
But because I couldn't see anything. and I
Like the
didn't
ride
know.
started and like 2 minutes in
Is
there's
this
a
it?
drop. Is this it? My number 10, and the only reason why it's so low on the list is because it's going away. It's the Great Movie Ride in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, that's bull.
Let us know your guys' feelings
PG
on that,
PG-13.
because I am distraught.
I am
to be quite
shook.
honest, I know that the animatronics are old and they need updating.
Then just update it.
The movies are, old, but that's the point of that. And like, when you think of Hollywood Studios,
You think of the Great Movie.
the Great
Ride.
Movie Ride is like one of the.
It doesn't make
top
sense that
things.
it's going to turn into some Mickey whatever.
9!
Peter Pan's Flight.
That's a good one. That didn't make my list.
Oh,
but
it
that's a
didn't.
good one.
I like that one because I just think it's a fun ride.
It is a fun ride, and it's one of the. I think it's one of the original. Is it one of the original rides?
Maybe.
If it didn't open on opening day, then it opened shortly thereafter, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
And it's also one of the only ride mechanisms
And
that has that sort of ride mechanism where you're in the
Yeah,
the
and that was
boat
a fun
it's-
fact too because one of our friends who does some stuff at Disney was like they'll never do that mechanism again because there's no escape from it. Like if the ride breaks down,
safety thing.
It's a safety thing. So in Japan, I think in one of the Japan one or Tokyo, like they can do that ride mechanism because there's different rules and regulations, but not in the USA anymore.
Yeah,
I think
that
he
did
said
not make my list. That was. That almost made my list, but it
What's
did
your
not.
number
Make
9?
My number 9 is It's a Small World.
That did not make my list.
Because okay,
And I know,
it's
I know
a
what you're gonna say.
classic.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. When you think of Disney World, one of the
And
things that come
I
in,
like that ride
you think
too.
of Small World.
And it's more of an honorable mention for me.
I'm
but-
basing my list not only off of like the experience of the ride, but also like the history and the nostalgia.
No, it's a fun ride. It's like a family friendly.
It's one to me.
Anyone could ride, but it only takes you one time to get stuck in a Small World for 45 minutes watching those dolls saying over and over again, saying over and over again, saying over and over again, saying over and over again. And especially if you're in a part of the small world where you don't understand the language, you know the song, but then you learn. Well, actually, you learn the language
You learn
after
the language.
that.
There you go.
Yeah, shut
It's
up.
educational.
8.
This is the People Mover.
Okay.
They probably didn't make your list.
It did not make my list.
I just like it. I like the People
It's
Mover.
a nice ride. Here's the thing. I don't think there is any ride at Disney that like I don't enjoy.
That's true.
Like I enjoy them all. Well, no, there's a couple. We'll save that for another video.
Yeah.
Like top 10 worst.
Or not worst, because they're not. There's no
worst.
worst. There's just not rides that you don't really
There's
enjoy.
like one or two.
I think it's
And it's
fun.
not one of my least. I love the People Mover. It's
fun.
just for
It's
me,
a nice,
it's not,
easy like my feet hurt.
And there's
I wanna
never
sit
any
down
there's
for a
never
couple
any
minutes.
weight. Number 8 for me, and the only reason why it's so low down on my list is because I think it needs to be updated, is Spaceship Earth at Epcot.
Oh, okay. That is kind of low on your list.
Yeah,
Okay.
it needs to be updated. I think, again, when you think of Epcot, you think of Spaceship Earth, so it's got to be on the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other more fun rides. It's a classic, and it's Disney at one of its finest.
You're a classic.
I'm a class act.
I have a bottle of wine.
Ding!
7.
My number 7 is Dinosaur.
Okay.
And I thought I would rank it a little bit higher, but one of the biggest reasons why I love Dinosaur is because of Claire Huxtable.
Felicia Rashad.
She can do no wrong, but I wish there was a
She was
Felicia
the-
Rashad animatronic
she was like the only
in
good thing
Dinosaur. I think it's just a really good ride. It's fun. I've always
There's
been
thrills
obsessed
to it.
obsessed with dinosaurs, and I think it's just a fun ride.
Yeah. Number 7 is also Dinosaur on my list. And the only reason why, yeah, I know. Great minds think alike.
Wow, great.
The only reason why it didn't rank higher to me, because it is a really, really fun ride. Like, there's some thrills and stuff, but the only reason that it didn't rank higher is because it's Disney, but it's not like Disney. Like, when you think of the ride Dinosaur, you don't maybe immediately think, oh, this is a Disney
Well,
ride.
if you've seen the Disney movie that's based off of, then
No, yeah, I know, but like, I don't know. It's just not one of the rides that you typically think of when you think of Walt Disney World. You don't go, oh, Dinosaur. Maybe if you say Animal Kingdom.
6.
Now this should have ranked a little higher, but I think it's just because it's like I like the other one so much more. But I love this ride is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which was super fun. And you know what
very
even
fun.
is the more fun about that is if you have the photo pass, they have this special like video that they do while you're riding the ride.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool.
There's a
And I think
couple of
there's
rides that are like
two
that.
different versions of it too. I think there's two.
Well, if you ride it at night and then if you ride it in the daytime.
Yeah, which at night they speed up those damn rides.
Every ride.
Every
think,
ride, I
they
felt
speed
like
up.
and not only that, and they also pack you
I don't
on
know.
those damn rides too.
Let us know if you've been to Disney World recently and you've ridden rides at night and also at the day. Like, do you think that they speed up the rides at night?
It
I
felt
think they do.
faster.
It
It
felt
felt faster.
a lot faster. Maybe because it was night.
They're like, get out!
Number 6 for me was Tower of Terror in Hollywood
Oh, I
Studios.
forgot that one. That was not.
How did you forget Tower of Terror?
I forgot Tower of Terror. God, I need to redo this list now.
That was the first time I went on it, was when we went last time. And I thought it was so much fun. I thought the theming was really great.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the drop sequence, like you don't know how many drops you're gonna get and everything. And you literally, like, I think I was out of my seat like this high.
Yeah, my fat butt got up too.
5.
My number 5 is Big Thunder Mountain.
Okay.
It's just fun.
Number 5 is also Big Thunder Mountain Railroad for me.
Ding.
It's just fun. It's like it's just a roller coaster. It's like a.
It's so much more. It is the wildest ride in the world.
It is the wildest ride in the wilderness. The
I
only
do-
reason
I do think that they need to up their game on certain parts of the ride.
I was
though.
just gonna say
Because there's like the explosion thing that's in I think
Yeah.
in Disneyland.
land. I think
So
I was gonna say I would have ranked this higher on the list if if some of the theming, if they just made the storyline more clear.
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Because there's something about like it's supposed to be like haunted or something, or not haunted, but like
No, I think. Yeah.
4.
My number 4 was Spaceship Earth.
Okay.
Because that's just one of those rides that like, I would ride that no matter what. Like every time I go, twice or 3 times.
Well, I think
if there was a wait, if I don't care.
for me, all of these rides, if we're going to every single park, all of these rides are rides that I have to ride.
Yeah, I guess
Every
so.
single time we go to Disney World, I think. My number 4 was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's like classic Disney. The animatronics, the boat ride.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't. I mean, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Except when they crowd you on there and then you take on water because you hit that damn freaking hill.
They did. We did extra magic hours, and there was like no line, but they were crowding us into the boats.
Like it was. There was no line. There was no one else like really behind us either. But they filled that damn boat. Like it was 4 to a seat, all of us. And I'm like, this is not gonna work.
And we hit that drop.
We hit that drop, and we went.
And we took on water, like a couple times.
A couple times.
And we had to stop a couple times.
I felt like we were gonna die. I thought we were gonna get taken over by pirates.
I thought we were gonna get evacuated. I thought that we weren't gonna move.
At a certain point, yeah.
3.
Number 3 for me is actually it's gonna have now. I'm gonna put Tower of Terror in there, but my number 3 is the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah.
And I put it up number 3 because it is awesome, and I'm pissed that it's going away. But I would also then, considering that, I would put
Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
because I'm good at talking, as my number 3 too. Because I think that's one of the only reasons then I would go to until the
Honestly,
2 new parks
Yeah,
open,
until the new 2.
because we haven't
We haven't rode Rock and Roller Coaster.
roller coaster or the Toy Story ride.
Or the
'cause
Toy
it was,
Story
wait
ride,
was
yeah.
too was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff to do there. Obviously, we
Dream,
thought One Man's Dream
I think
was awesome when they played the movie about Walt. But
yeah, I thought it was cool.
and like Muppets 3D, like that.
Oh, I love Muppets 3D, but that's more of an attraction than a ride.
Yeah, that's not a ride. Neither is One Man's Dream.
No.
Number 3 for me, and I feel like I need to like scooch away from Mike because my number 3 is Haunted Mansion.
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
It's the wrong opinion, but
Again, classic Disney, and the special effects on there. I think the reason why Haunted Mansion for me beats Pirates is because of all the awesome Imagineering that went on in that ride.
and, like it's old school Imagineering.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing
I mean,
that-
they've updated it and added some new technology, which I think
With the
enhances.
Hatbox Ghost and the Bride and stuff.
Yeah, it enhances
even
the
then,
ride.
it's
But
like-
even then, like even if they didn't put those things in, it would still be.
I could see them
an
doing
awesome
even
ride.
more with it,
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah,
later
for sure.
down the road.
2.
My number 2 is Parrots.
Okay.
Because I think it's for the same reason. Like the theming is really great. I love that ride. I remember riding it for the first time when I went to Disney for the first time and going down to the scene where the ships are attacking and like looking out like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's what
that's
you can see
awesome.
forever.
The scene that comes to my mind when I think of Pirates is actually the scene that they're changing, which is
Oh,
the
the
auction
auction scene?
Yeah, but I think I like what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah, well, it depends on how they do it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. And we've seen
For
the
those of you
video
that don't
for
know,
France.
the auction scene where they're auctioning off the women in Pirates is going away because it's sexist. They're gonna turn it into like the pirates are.
But I like that as a feminist. I do enjoy the fact that the redhead's gonna become like the pirate queen or a pirate.
Or a female pirate
Pirate.
that's making the townspeople give their gold
That's
over
kind
or
of
whatever.
cool because there was a lot of female pirates.
There were.
So it's nice that they're kind of giving a little nod to that now too.
My number 2 was Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah, you really
It's
like
just,
that one.
it's a fun, I mean, it's sort of a thrill ride because it's a roller coaster, but then at the same time, when you go into that mine cave, like the dwarfs,
Yeah.
the animatronics, they're so, and this is the first time that I saw animatronics like that. They're so
And I
awesome.
thought it was cool that we saw another Disney vlog where they were talking about the animatronics that are in the end, where you pull up and you'll see like the house that's actually repurposed from Snow White's Scary Adventure. That's kind of cool. I
Yeah,
think
they
it's-
repurposed the animatronics. That's awesome.
And we kind of, I said this last night because we were just thinking about the Great Movie Ride. I'm like, I wish they would like just take certain animatronics out of the Great Movie Ride and put them someplace else, like just like in a museum so we can see them again because there's so many iconic ones that.
Well,
are
I
in
think
there.
they'll definitely be kept in an archive somewhere, just not accessible to to people.
Should be accessible to me.
But that's one of the great things about YouTube.
1.
So my number one is obviously it's Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Duh.
We know that.
Anyone who knows me knows that I like things that are like the scary things. I like that kind of stuff. And I remember going into the Haunted Mansion like when I was younger and thinking of how cool how they did all this stuff. And my dream is to actually go down where the ballroom scene is being done, just to go in there and look at the animatronics that are down there, or
There's
the
a
vacant room.
There's a tour that you can take, a backstage tour at Disney.
Oh yeah,
where they do
I
that.
forgot about that. Yeah.
You can go into Haunted Mansion.
We're doing that at some point.
At some point. I don't know if we'll do it this time, but at some point.
Yes.
Because it does cost extra. My number one was Splash Mountain.
Of course.
Yeah. When I think of Walt Disney World, and especially the Magic Kingdom, I think of like Small World and Splash Mountain. And Splash Mountain, to me, you have that big drop at the end, which is thrilling. And the animatronics in there, I think, are great. And it actually has one of the biggest animatronic, I think, if not the biggest animatronic. Because they have that one scene with the boat, and then they have all of the animals on the boat, and they're all animatronics. I love that ride. I actually almost didn't go on that ride the first time I went. Like, they had to drag me on that ride. Because I was scared.
Honorable mentions.
Oh, what was your honorable mention?
Well, I had two.
Okay, well, I'm going to have two then.
Well, fine. My two are Little Mermaid,
Okay.
just because I really love Ursula and I want to have that animatronic in my house.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that would cost, but
That would.
I would.
A lot.
The other one was actually Journey into Imagination with Figment, because I just
Really?
I just think it's a fun ride. It needs to be updated, and it needs to
Or
go
it needs
back
to go back to what it was.
to what it was. But I still like I like the nostalgia.
I like
of
Figment.
It. Yeah.
I like Figment. I just don't necessarily
that's-
like that ride very much. My honorable mentions, because we get to have two. My first honorable mention, this will make my top 10 when Great Movie Ride does close, is Carousel of Progress.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it's technically a ride because you do go around.
Okay.
But I love Carousel of Progress. I mean, Walt had a hand in that, in making that.
It does need to be updated though. Too.
It does need to be updated. The last scene especially needs to be updated.
Look at my virtual reality. Whatever. Okay, Grandma.
And then I guess my other honorable mention would probably be the teacups. Again, because when you think of Disney, I think of the teacups. You picture it in your head, you know.
I'm judging you right now. Not like Dumbo.
Close, like that would be my third honorable mention. Would be Dumbo.
Yeah.
So we want to know, or I want to. Do you want to know? I want to
kinda
know.
wanna know.
Okay, we want to know what your guys' favorite rides are at Walt Disney World. What's your top 10? You can leave those in the comments below. And if you agreed with us, if you have differences of opinions.
And that's us our opinion.
All right, well, I guess that's probably going to be it for this video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked this video. Subscribe to see everything else that we're going to do. We're going to do a lot more Disney stuff, especially as we get closer to our Disney trip. So subscribe for that. Share this video with your friends. And other than that, that's going to be it. Have a glorious day.
Is
Sophia.